Yes. It's my privilege to present John Smith, who is this year's Grand Marshal. I'd like to give you a little history on John. John was born in Whitestone, January 1918. He joined the U.S. Army April 1941 and served until April 1962. During the span of his career, he climbed in the ranks from buck private to lieutenant colonel. He started his training at Camp Walters in Texas. He joined Company E, the 185th Infantry, the 40th Division. Served in that unit in the Pacific for 1.5 years. He was then sent to Fort Benning, Georgia, and entered officers' training school. From there to England to train for the Normandy invasion, and landed at Normandy on day 2 as a replacement officer, platoon leader, Company A, 12th Infantry, 4th Infantry Division, and he led his unit in battles, and you're going to have to excuse my French, at Pierres, Verdun, Percy, breaking through at Saint-Lô and Saint-Poy, and Breezy, and then on to the Battle of Mortain, where he was wounded. After his wounds were healed, he returned to France, and at the end of the war, he served in the Army of Occupation with the 18th Infantry Division, 1st Infantry Division, in Germany. On returning to the States, he served with the 1st Army Honor Guard in Governor's Island. August of 1950, he was shipped to North Korea for military duty. After Korea, he served as the Provost Marshal at Fort Kobe and Fort Gulick in the Canal Zone, Panama. He served as the Provost Marshal in New England Military District, 1st Army, and advisor to a reserve unit in Long Island City. He retired in April 1962. His service medals were the Combat Infantry Badge, Purple Heart, Bronze Star, 2 Army Commendation Medals, Meritorious Unit, Comment, American Campaign, European Campaign, Africa, Middle Eastern, with 2 Bronze Stars, Asiatic, Pacific Campaign, World War II Victory Medal with German clasp, Korean Service Medal with 5 Bronze Stars, National Defense Medal, United States Armed Forces medals. I'd like to present Colonel John Smith.
Thank you. Jim didn't leave much for me to say, but I'll give you a little bit more information. I was born on this street, just on the other side of 150th Street. There's 3 little wooden houses, and I was born in the middle house. And I spent my first Memorial Day here in 1924 with my father. But I have a strong attachment for this Memorial Park, because before Memorial Day, I heard my mother and father talking about it, so I walked over to take a look. The gate was locked, so I walked along the fence. I got about to where that speaker is, and I decided nobody's around. I'll climb over the fence. So I climbed up the fence, I threw my right leg over, and my left foot slipped, and I got hooked on the wires on the top. And I have a scar on the inside of my right leg that's about 1.5 inches long. So I ran home, and of course my mother had 7 children, and she knew just what to do. She bandaged me up. The only problem I had is that I ripped my nice pants. So the following week, I came to Memorial Day with my father, and we came through the gate. So there's another old soldier up here with me, right here, Bill. Bill and I were in the same division in Normandy. He was in the 22nd Infantry, and I served with the 12th Infantry as platoon leader. And about 2 years ago, we met each other, and found out that we had been together in Normandy. But after I retired from the Army, what does a soldier do? I put 21 years and 20 days in the Army, so I'm looking for a job, and there was an opening in the ASPCA. You had to go into a training program for 6 months, and you had to do everything: drive the trucks, clean the kennels, work with the comptroller, work in the hospital. So after 6 months, they gave me the job, and I became a humanitarian. And after about 3 years, I worked my way up through the ranks of the ASPCA, and I became the general manager. And I stayed with them until 1976, when I retired again. Thank you very much for listening.
Yeah.